Okay, this is a sudden experimental live stream. If I ever get out of where I stopped, uh, I decided to experiment a little bit. Oh, shush. Uh, my navigator is doing her navigating thing. I decided that I'm going to come on the air just to live stream a little bit as I go up the road. We'll see how this works out. Oh, I got voicemail. Well, I'll check into that later. Uh, right now, I'm stuck trying to get out of a little market down here in Hey, Tennessee Lights. Thanks for checking in. I had one of my rare business trips inside the state of Florida. It's happening more often, but finally got out of here. I decided I wanted to try the mobile live streaming out because I'm going to be doing a lot more of these. And here we go. And where I'm at is I'm in Okeechobee, Florida, which is in the middle of the state, middle of the southern part of the state, I should say. So, now I may try and come on the air tonight and do a murdathon. It depends on how things go when I get to my final destination. I have to go up to the airport, and it depends on whether or not I have to go out again, or if my itinerary gets moved over to tomorrow. And still, now, to make a monologue out of this, I've been watching with something of a interest in the debates and the disputes that have been going on over on Telegram. And what seems to be interesting here is if you do not support 100% Tim Homeseth, you're basically beaten over the head by IBT, Kathy Lake, and some of the people over there. And we're still on this accusatory streak where they accuse people coming in and criticizing Homeseth and questioning what he's doing as some kind of organized effort, or as some kind of troll, that it's one person with many stock accounts or several people with many stock accounts. Now, this is true with one particular individual. And these people still seem to not have gotten it in their head that there was one individual in particular that is trolling them. To answer your question, Tennessee TN Lights, the Blanchard trial is tentatively scheduled to begin mid-May. Jury selection is going to be May 15th. Now, prior to that, I can't remember the dates exactly, but there's going to be the usual pre-trial house cleaning things that are going to come up. And what is not known is if we're going to have any more continuances. This seems to have been the way things have been going with this case since, Blanchard was arrested and first brought before the court. There's been all kinds of delays, and I think now we're at a point that, barring anything dramatic, the trial will begin the week of May 15th. Now, I will try and be there for it. It's all going to depend on how things go with my itinerary and if we're going to have any further delays with all this. There has been another entry into the docket. Some more discovery has become available, and if I go on the air tonight, or when I do go on the air in a live stream, as to exactly what this is. I just can't remember exactly what it involved, but we're going to be getting dribs and drabs of discovery as we get further along in the process. Now, something else that keeps coming up is this thing with HomeSeth directly interfering with the Delphi murder case. It's alleged that he and several of his supporters and a couple of his handlers have been contacting law enforcement in Delphi and also the defense attorney for Mr. Allen. Tim HomeSeth seems to be on this kick where he is claiming that Mr. Allen is innocent of the charges, and he is citing certain activities in the state of Ohio as being behind the Delphi murders, even though these murders occurred quite a long time ago. And what is apparently going on is that he is trying to implicate people like Alexandra Goddard, won a restraining order against him, protection order, and others, as somehow being directly involved in the case. And this, of course, is blatantly false. Now, this could lead to a situation where the defense could try and use this garbage to instill reasonable doubt with the jury. On the other hand, the prosecution is more than likely going to file with the court that this so-called evidence of HomeSeth is irrelevant, immaterial, and it should be allowed. That it is gross speculation on the part of an ultra-right-wing conspiracy nut to achieve for himself fame and glory. And so, that is the possibility here that HomeSeth is tooting his own horn to get more money, more fame. You look at the multitude of rather strange eBay accounts that he has set up. So, what needs to be determined is how much of an effect is he going to have on all this stuff. Now, we've got Homestead spending an enormous amount of money filing these legal challenges. You know, he's got this thing now where he is going after not only the governor of Ohio, but officials in Ohio, right down to the poor clerk of the court in Ohio for simply doing her job. You know, he cannot leave anybody out of his little fantasy, and therefore we have this barrage going on where he is abusing the courts and abusing the public servants that are only doing their job to get caught in the middle of what is nothing more than a pissing match between this fraud and other people on the internet. That this guy insists on wasting everybody's time with this nonsense. And it's no telling how long this crap is going to keep up. How long is it going to be that the victims of this moron are going to have to suffer? When is he going to reach a point where law enforcement and the courts get fed up with his shenanigans and say it's time to arrest this clown? And it is probably going to be coming to that sooner than later. Now, I will go into a little bit more of this on my next live stream. If it is tonight, I will let people know on Twitter. If not, then I will let people know when I do go on the air. And there may be more of these mobile-thons, but they will be recorded rather than live. Because I'm finding that in listening to and watching the last live stream that I put out, that it was terrible to say the least. There was a bad signal, continuity, and so forth, and I had a bit of a problem getting a signal out because I'm at the mercy of AT&T and the 5G network throughout wherever I'm live streaming at. And there are places where the signal strength is not there. And one of the things I'm doing when I'm looking to see what the signal strength is wherever I'm at to see if I'm getting a good signal. If this works out with any consistency, I may be doing more live streams mobile. They would be on location live streams, and they would, instead of being experiments, more subject oriented. Right now, this is basically just an experiment to see how things are going. Now, as far as the other Tennessee filing that Tim Holmseth has made, it is unknown as of yet if this case is going to be dismissed. It is likely that it will be, because it's about as stupid as the last one we put up. That was dismissed in Tennessee. He decided to try his luck with the Eastern Tennessee in filing the garbage, and it's a wait to see what the judge is going to decide on. But the pattern is exactly the same, so it's a 99.9% chance that this lawsuit will also be thrown out. And on the case of Randy Erickson and her uh, appeal, that is likely not going to be a successful endeavor for her. As I have stated in the past, that based on several legal sources that I have discussed this with, her approach to her appeal is a disaster waiting to happen. The appellate process is 10 times more complicated and difficult than simply going into court and representing yourself pro se and trying to get through that. So he is going to find, or she is going to find, I should say, that she is doomed to failure. And we can all cross our fingers and hope that's the case, because this will prevent unnecessary and undeserved headaches to those who are the subject of these frivolous, vexatious lawsuits. So I'm going to conclude this live stream and see how it did. Anyone that watches this subsequent to it being live, I would appreciate comments as to what you think of the quality of the live stream and so forth. I do not have the camera set up to where I can project to the outside, and that will be coming once I get the proper mounts. Because I'm not in my personal automobile. I drive different cars all the time for a combination of reasons, largely because these are rental cars. And there's other reasons why I may be driving an automobile from time to time that is not mine. And thus, I have not gotten the proper mount to where I can project the image from the window into the live stream, and so you have to put up with me looking back at you. But this will change. So, in closing, please like, subscribe, hit the notification button, and share, and comment, leave feedback as to what you think of how things are going and any suggestions you may have for future topics, and any breaking news that you might have that I may not be aware of. So until then, have a good Monday, and just be good, be happy, enjoy life, and have a good one. See ya.